Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. James with Team Finish Strong, getting ready today to close out the Tour of New York. This is stage 3 to 3, and we're getting ready to get it done. We're going to do the 6 train today, which is going to be fast and furious, lots of rollers, and 3 laps, I think, today of that. So I'm looking forward to finishing this up. Really enjoyed the series thus far, and for those of you who have joined me in the chat, I really appreciated that. Hey, Greg, good afternoon. Good to have you in the chat. So I'm looking forward to, like I said, finishing this up. This is my first stage, and I will have multi-stage event that I will have completed in quite a while. I've been feeling pretty good. Feeling a little bit more fatigued today, so I think we are going to keep it at a nice steady pace. In fact, I was trying to join the D-Pacer bot here as a warm-up, and I think I left the poor thing in the dust. Let me see here. Yeah, he's way back there. But, yeah, just trying to keep it nice and light today. Just to go on maybe some questions you all may have about the channel. And I know the intro has been mentioned a couple of times, and the reason why I do an intro is not to unnecessarily delay the programming or the event, but it is an unfortunate reality when you're streaming. There's always technical glitches come up, so I like to give the stream a good 2 to 3 minutes to settle in and make sure that it's working properly before we actually start. And that's been working out good. And thankfully, for those of you like Greg who've been watching for a while, YouTube has been behaving itself. So I haven't had to go through a whole bunch of acrobatics to make sure that it connects properly. So that's good. But if you guys ever have problems on YouTube, we've got Twitch as a backup, and it should be at the bottom. Yeah, at the bottom of the screen, you just follow the little banner, and you'll see my Twitch channel. So you can always go there. And in fact, I used to usually like to point people there because of the fact that YouTube was always spotty. And it's been having some connectivity issues lately, some weird issues saying like the pages didn't exist and things like that. So I think YouTube is having some hard days these days. COVID has affected everything. So, and not surprisingly, right, there's a lot, being in IT, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes to make sure that everything that you see and use every day works properly. From your cell phone to your computer to especially your internet connection. And of course, web services are no exception. And unfortunately, they have the added troubles of having hackers out there trying to take them down at the same time. So everyone that's out there on the internet that has a presence out there, including us streamers, we've got folks out there that are trying to be mischievous and give us trouble. But anyhow, enough of that. So that's kind of why I do that. But so we got one more group ride coming up on Tuesday. It'll be the usual. Yeah, they are an easy target, and unfortunately, a lot of it seems to point there. I don't know if too many people over there got time on their hands to kill, or if they're just trying to make an illegal dollar somehow. Trying to exploit countries that are comparatively rich, like the United States. So, but you know, I don't think they're the only ones. There's plenty of others out there that are jealous of the tremendous benefits that we have here in North America. So, but enough of that. Anyhow, well, who knows, Greg? There's all sorts of theories out there. All sorts of theories. Part of it may be we're shooting ourselves in the foot. Who knows? But I just want to let you all know regarding the reflections that I usually drop on my channel. I'm dropping one this afternoon, but I just want to let you all know with Christmas coming up, if you want to check out a Christmas reflection, I did one last year called New King in Town that I think is really hits home on what the meaning of Christmas is and why we as believers celebrate it. It's a little eye-opening. Let me see here. No, not yet. We still have a few minutes. A little eye-opening. You know, Jesus, we see pictured wrapped in swaddling clothes, laid in the mangers, as the story goes. But he came for a very serious purpose, and it wasn't to sing Christmas carols and decorate trees. I mean, it is wonderful and great that we celebrate. We choose Christmas to celebrate family and the spirit of giving. I think all of those things are wonderful. It's great to have a holiday wrapped around that, and certainly Jesus embodied, I think, some of the ideals of those qualities that we cherish and hold up during the holidays. But it is his birthday, so I always like to make mention of that. So you can check that out. Otherwise, I just wish everyone have a happy and safe Christmas. If you're traveling, be especially safe. It's not the ideal time, unfortunately, to be traveling. Not at all, but so I understand. It's sad. You know, this year has had a number of things besides pandemic, but the pandemic being the big one. And I even lost a good friend, I found out recently this year to COVID. So it's touched me personally. And you know, the sad thing is you can't get those loved ones back. You can't get those friends back once they're gone. So, but he was a believer in Christ, so I know I look forward to fellowshipping with him again someday. But anyhow, so we're going to knock this event out. I think 3 laps of the 6 train will probably put us between 30 and 40 minutes, and we'll call this done. We'll go ahead and have the group ride on Tuesday, barring any unforeseen circumstances. I'm going to have a super busy week at work because of how condensed it is. So if I have to last minute cancel, guys, I apologize. But I am going to try to honor what I said I was going to do, which was to try to do one more here between now and Christmas. That, and I took another look at Discord today, Greg. I didn't see any setting about read-only. So I don't think I'm going to get it working for you for Tuesday, unless there's somebody else out there who's already run into the same problem and has posted a fix for it. It's unfortunately, Discord is a tool with a million little parts that you can set for different things. And I just don't know which one I've got set wrong. But I'll eventually work it out, because I do want to get the ability to chat with you guys on the channel. I think that'd be great. We're almost there. We are almost there. Last time I rode the 6 train was either World of Fusion or Fusion ETC's series. A couple years ago now. Summer 2019. That was a very hard race, if you guys can recall that. It's one of my best finishes ever in the VCAP, but with the calibration issues I had with my old trainer, I don't know how close I actually would have gotten if I'd had it set properly, but I enjoyed that race. That was very challenging. Very challenging. All right. We are down to the last moments here. Fortunately, this shouldn't take too long. If I lose you guys again during the stream, it looks like the last several streams I've dropped out 2 or 3 times, so my apologies in advance. I expect that'll continue to happen. Even bought some new hardware thinking that would correct it, and it did not. So I blame the gremlins. I blame the gremlins in the system for it. I'm going to have to find some gremlin killer, I think. All right, 6 train, here we go. 600 folks. I'm going to try to keep this one steady. By necessity, yesterday, just yesterday, had a lot of climbing and a sprint in the legs that I put in on top of a race the day before. So I'm really feeling like I just need to keep this one really steady today. So I'm going to keep it conversational pace. And that way I can stay active in the chat with you guys and we can enjoy this thing. I don't know how many of you might be in the chat as well as here in the event. If you are riding along, let me know. We'll try to keep together here. I like this jersey, by the way. This jersey that they have for the Tour of New York is really cool looking. I might freshen up my kit and take this one on as my new default kit. Though I do have a reason for my standard kit. I really feel very strongly about the cause for which that kit was obtained, and it's kind of the reason why I've stuck with it. And it matches the bike. This one matches the bike pretty good too, especially the blue stripes on the legs. I like it. Some new blade. I don't know. See, I'm going backwards a little bit here, but I think this is about as fast as I can go and still be able to keep conversation with you all. Greg, Emiano, how's it been going? You guys did the tour? Or you just been doing some free riding? I'm not usually a fan of stage events that are back to back to back like this. I usually steer clear of those, especially when they have the word halt in the name. I generally try to avoid those at all costs. But besides those, I really like these stage races. This one hasn't been too bad. Just got to have the right mindset and not get sucked into racing. Okay, so you did stage 2. So you picked the hardest one, Emiano. I don't know if that was by design or by accident. That was a good bit of climbing packed into a small time frame. A few short kilometers, pretty much all up and down. This one I think is much. This is supposed to be, according to Zwift, 6 train is supposed to be the flattest route in New York, which is not very flat. But so hopefully it'll allow me to be able to breathe and talk. Okay. Well, you got some good practice in. Did you go for some PRs yesterday on the climbs? Especially with a short one like that, it's a good opportunity to test the legs a little bit, right? Well, if either of you guys have done any free riding, have you guys checked out the new Zwift segments they got out there? We've got 4 new segments, and I'm not exactly sure how many new routes to dive into. But I got a chance to look at the Cliffside one yesterday at the beginning of the broadcast. I really enjoyed it. It's really nice. You could almost camp out there and just watch the view. Oh, okay. Got it, Greg. Really? They don't push it out to everybody at the same time? Gosh. Seems like iOS, has it been your experience, Greg, that iOS lags behind the Windows products when it comes to updates? Yeah, no kidding, Emiliano, right? Yeah, that's a little intimidating to face that beast 3 times. I don't know why it seems so hard. I mean, it's one of the steepest ones. Maybe that's why. It's not terribly long. What, about 5 minutes at a comfortable pace? Maybe a little bit less if you really put punch in it. But so there's certainly other climbs that are bigger, like the volcano climb, for example. But I always get intimidated by that particular one. And I don't know why. It just looks hard. And gosh, at race pace is downright frightening, terrifying even. Yeah, Greg, I hear you. Well, you'll get that update. You'll get that update hopefully before Christmas. Hopefully they'll drop that in your stocking. Well, 2020 seems to be going out with a little bit of a whimper when it comes to updates in Zwift. Hopefully we'll see more in 2021. Yeah, it's requires some gear changes, doesn't it, Emiliano? I know it does for me. Unless you switch from standing to seated or something, you know. Maybe it works out like that. But I remember this. Anyhow, yeah, and the reverse KOM that we were doing yesterday, I don't particularly like that one, especially so because the banner is so far back once you get to the top. It's, well, folks, I lost you guys as predicted. The gremlins have struck officially, and I lost probably a whole ton of places too. So, and it may not be the end, because the gremlins like to strike more than once. And just to let you gentlemen know, my blind eyes have a separate chat window so that I can actually read your chats. The one that's above my head on the screen is very small for me to read. So you guys might have to go to all caps if you want me to read your chats, unfortunately, because my main chat window has died. It expired. I don't think I can bring it back to life here on the bike. So my apologies. Unless I lean forward here, see if I can read it. Or get some, I'm going to have to bring some reading glasses as backup when when these things happen. Because I think you guys still have, I think this chat window right here over my head still works. Okay, I see that, I can see something that says caps. Caps it is then. Okay, I can at least read that if I lean forward, great. Or Emiliano, sorry. So maybe I got to bring a pair of reading glasses from now on. Being 50 has its disadvantages in more than one way, unfortunately. Unless I do this. I can get really crafty here. Try to move my streaming window over. All right, so I'm flying blind here. We'll see if I can do tech support and, okay, now I just really messed something up. All right. Come on. All right. So I'm doing tech support while riding, while trying to breathe. Checking all the boxes off today. Thank you, Gremlins, for stretching my skill set. All right. Sorry about the bleeps. Got one more to close here. All right. And hopefully, okay. All right, we may not have to go to caps. I think I might be able to do this without caps, gentlemen, in this configuration. They could stand to be a little bigger, though. And I know you're not mad, Greg. So it looks like while I lost the world, once I got cut off from civilization, it looks like I lost a lot of wheels here. Now I've got a little posse, little Peloton gruppetto here that I can ride with now. In fact, we're already on lap 2. I didn't even realize it. All right, so I think we got the chat contingency worked out, folks. And wow, that heart rate is low, super low. I can't even be right. Maybe my heart rate monitor's not working right either. That heart rate's a little too low for the effort. Or have I really been going that slow? Because I feel a little bit more out of breath than I should. Unless it's the talking, I think. Maybe the talking. I'll keep an eye on that. I think we got another, let's see, I'm trying to get my orientation here on where we are on the course. Based off of the graph, it looks like we're almost halfway through the second lap. I don't think we got any, we just got a long drag here, I guess, we got to contend with. Let's see if I can get that heart rate up. Make sure I'm not overtraining again here. A heart rate that won't go up can be a sign that you really shouldn't be on the bike that day. We'll find out. It is climbing a little bit. Okay. So, good. It's climbing as it should, but I'm a bit on the fatigue side. All right, leaning forward here. Yeah, yes they do. They treat it like a race, but I think, gentlemen, I think all the racers have left us in the dust and will probably lap us here before we're finished. Okay. We got this. Okay, here we are with this little climb. This is the little punchy climb that I love to hate, hate to love. All right, you get them sharp. Or, I'm sorry, I called them out wrong. Missed the name. I don't think I'll make the next group though. Starts a a descent right away after you crest. So I doubt I'll catch up to the next group in time. Maybe if I use the arrow. I might give the arrow a try. All right. Put a little effort in. Whoops. A little too, okay. Good. I didn't waste it. I forgot. This is not the final downhill. That's just the first one. All right, here we go. Didn't even used to use the power up. Everybody's kind of strung out. Strung out at 1.5 watts a kilo. They're really killing it. All right, here we go. Get a little boost here. All right, thank you. Appreciate it, Amiana. Every time I think I'm gonna catch up to a nice sized group, it turns out to be a little disappointing in size. Looks like just a bunch of little groups we got here. So I'm not going to push it out of tempo, which means I'm going to keep it under 150 beats a minute. And maybe I'll sprint at the end. These folks don't usually look like they're up to a sprint finish, but you never know. All right, we got another little rise here. This should help me catch up to these guys. Okay. There we go. Whoops. Oh well. Hard to judge the effort in Zwift. And I cleaned out the pipes a little bit. I think I can breathe a little bit easier now. Surprisingly, sometimes a good effort, I don't know why, sometimes a good effort cleans out my lungs, helps me to take deeper breaths, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the science behind it. Okay. And we got this little drag. I can try to push up to the next group. I'm still under budget heart rate wise. So we'll see if I can do it. Starting to sweat though now. When I was doing the races, I always hated this drag because it's so close to the finish. This is where they really try to break you. They really try to split us up. So I never have fond memories of this climb. It always feels harder than it should. All right, I'm on budget here as far as heart rate, so I'm gonna back it off. I think at this rate I will catch this group. I think I have a follower. Can't quite read it. Hang on, let me see what your last one says. You've got a lot left. And okay. Mean a lot of distance left? That's true too. I just passed the halfway point. So, but it's only 6 kilometers. I think this is officially the last lap right here. Is this it? I think this is where the last lap starts. Yes. Okay. Well, that power up is not super helpful if I wanted to do a sprint finish. Okay. Work on getting this climb. I think this is where we get the climb out of the way, if I recall correctly. The little punchy climb, I think, right? Yeah, I think so. So we'll get, oh, energy. Okay, well, thank you, Emiano. I think if it wasn't for the fact that there's a lot of fatigue in the legs, it's not really showing up on my heart rate. I think I would be inclined to agree. All right, now let's see where I'm going. Okay. Somewhere around here is this little punchy climb, but I don't remember where. My heart rate's coming down, and I will say I'm starting to recover a little bit. Feeling recovered from that little span of climbing. This up a little bit. Just got a little bit left to do, folks. I guess another 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes. All right, I'll ramp it up a little bit here. There's the punchy climb. I see it coming up. I'm already at 150 beats a minute. Uh-oh. Got another group here. Should catch them on this. Gonna go over budget on this one. I don't know if I can catch him now. Okay, there we go. Now I'll get a little break. This group is going along pretty good. We're about to merge. Okay, there we go. Really no groups to speak of up ahead. All right, we're about to wrap this up. I can't quite read all that text. I'll try to here. Okay. All right. Oh, all right. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate the well wishes. Same to you. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Everybody's picking it up. I think we got to take her for the sprint finish. Good sprint. Let me give him a thumbs up. I can find my mouse. There we go. Good job. All right. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Amyad. Oh, as usual, out of breath at the end. I enjoyed it, folks. Good way to cap off the tour of New York. Not a race, just feels like one. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll be in touch on Monday with the details on the group ride. If you don't hear me on Monday, then assume it's off. And we'll see you after Christmas. All right? Folks, have a wonderful weekend. Take care. God bless. And finish strong.